8, 9, only 10 players on the Miami Dolphins defense are on the field for the Hail Mary. As the play goes, there's one guy that's out of the picture. You'll see him come in the picture right there at the top of the screen. Only 10 guys to defend the Hail Mary pass. My point is this: very seldom do you see the Miami Dolphins, when they've been coached by Don Shula, look unprepared, make the kind of mistakes they've made with penalties, and with only 10 guys on the field. The Miami Dolphins are just mentally not here today at all, and the score certainly proves it.
Well, let's give credit, too, to the New York Jets.
Absolutely.
They played a tremendous game, and they talked yesterday about Johnny Mitchell, the rookie from Nebraska, finally getting a chance to play after being injured with that shoulder injury. Look at how he runs after the catch. Takes care of 3 men there, and a nice block there. And he showed his athleticism, this tight end, saying, hey, I may be the next Keith Jackson. How about this for a catch? I mean, that would make any center fielder in the big leagues proud.
They keep finding him open on the same play. Those are called slot corners, Y corners, tight end corner. He has had a great impact. 1 touchdown, his first as a professional.
You know, Bob, I like the way Bruce Coslett described his talent and his future. He said, he's sudden, as in he's going to be big time in a hurry. But from a little farm in Mississippi to Chicago to join his parents for his 3 years of high school, on to Nebraska for a couple years of play for Tom Osborne, and now in the Big Apple. And the Jets with a 23-0 lead get it first. Terrence Mathis stopped at the 21-yard line. And you can bet we're going to see Miami playing with fervor here early in the second half. You know Don Shula read his own special riot act to his team at halftime. I mean, someone had to wake him up.
I don't know, though. I think your point about the New York Jets, I say the Dolphins are not here. The Jets really, in the first defensive series of this football game, told Miami, we're 1-6, but it's not going to be that easy.
It was stunning the way they dominated the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball. Brad Baxter. And he gets nearly 5 yards on first down. Don Shula could count only three first downs in the first 30 minutes, none running.
But then the penalties, I mean, this is just, it doesn't look like a Don Shula coached football team, and he will rant, rave, yell, and scream at anybody in a Dolphin helmet in this second half.
And then you lose your top defensive tackler and John Offerdahl, and you wonder about next year. Now Klingbeil, the nose tackle, limps off. 2nd and 6, and Freeman McNeil lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. A good solid play by David Griggs, the linebacker.
And of course, if you're the New York Jets on the other side of the ball with this 23-0 lead, now you can play the kind of football they played last year. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Griggs does a good job of getting off the block there by Mark Boyer, number 80. But last year, when the Jets were very successful, they were a ball control, running at every defense kind of offense, and leading 23-0. That's the kind of offense Bruce Coslett wants.
46-year-old Coslett, who was a tight end at the University of Pacific. His quarterback, Bob Lee, who played with the Vikings. And he was the backup to Bob Crumpy, 7 years with the Bengals. McNeil is shy of the first down by a couple of yards as Griggs makes back-to-back solid open field stops. And the Jets, on their first possession of the second half, will have to punt it after 3 tries. Scott Miller replaces Troy Vincent as the return man for Miami.
We hear from the Dolphin bench that Vincent has bad shoulder. He's out now for the game.
Again, short hopper and sends a high spiral. And Miller lets it go out of bounds just inside the 35-yard line. Tonight, following a paid political announcement, it's an all-new eyewitness video on NBC. Marino goes to work for the first time in the second half, down by 23. Dumps it off to Humphrey. And Humphrey across the 40-yard line where Scott Mercereau, trailing the play, makes the stop.
Mercereau, 94, nose tackle, makes the tackle on a running back out of the backfield, 7 yards deep. That's the kind of effort that the New York Jets are making today.
Well, it reflects well on Coslett, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Coslett is one of those guys that he is very happy with the way the team is playing. Goes back to the Atlanta game, the opening game of the season. First quarter, they gave up 17 points. They didn't recover, but he loves this team's effort.
2nd and 1. Marino hit from behind. Is it a fumble? No, they're calling it incomplete pass. Oh, very close. As Marvin Washington in on Marino again. It was Washington who recorded the sack. A 9-point play in the first half.
And Dick, this is just a 4-man rush, and they beat this offensive line. Highly unusual that 4 guys can get around this Miami offensive line, which has protected Dan Marino so well for the last couple of years, and certainly this season.
That's Washington beating the Pro Bowler Richmond Webb. Pete Carroll's defense has been brilliant, and he can't believe they didn't get the ball out of that scrape.
Wait a minute, they're doing well. You better just be quiet there on the sideline, settle for what he's got.
3rd and 1. No gain. Washington again denied the sack and a possible fumble. Not denied the stop.
Dick, remind ourselves the Jets playing on a short week. Play here last Monday night. Coaches got very little sleep. Look at them. Washington 97, Jackson and Richmond Webb stuff. Joe Kelly 58, Washington. They're eating this Miami offensive line alive.
Joe Prokop. And does not take a Miami bounce out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. 11:43 left in the 3rd. Dolphins hopes that first possession would lead to a score. That doused quickly. And then a short 29-yard punt, and the Jets start at their 29 with 11 minutes, 43 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. New York on top, 23-0. O'Brien. And he's finally dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he was very close to having that ball knocked away for a fumble. Let's go to Bob Costas, NFL Live.
Dick trailing 7-6 at the half. Houston gets the go-ahead touchdown and then pads the lead when this happens. Jeff Alm, the Notre Damer, knocks the ball loose from Neil O'Donnell. Ray Childress picks it up, jumps over O'Donnell's desperation try at a tackle into the end zone for the TD. 20-7, and they're doing it behind Cody Carlson because Warren Moon is out with a concussion, and Carlson threw an 11-yard touchdown pass to Webster Slaughter. Back to Dick and Bob.
I hope Bob gets paid by the word. Boy, he got all-time words per second in on that report. 2nd down and 10. McNeil to the 35-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and a short 5.
Well, again, now with the way the Jets have manhandled Miami up front, you would be doing your offensive line a great favor by just turning them loose in the running game against the Miami defense. If you want to build confidence in this team, prove to the players we're not a 1-6 team the way we play. The record looks that way. You run the ball a lot here. You try to build confidence in this offensive football team if you're Bruce Coslett.
They come out in a 3 wide. O'Brien sidearms it to Mitchell, and the kid has another Jets first down. His 4th catch of the game.
The kid, maybe after his first touchdown and the performance he's had today, he'll stop wearing that Nebraska leather sweater with the N on it. Nice square in pattern by the tight end. Good hit by Hobley to take him down, but they've been waiting for this kid to get healthy. What he does is he takes, as a tight end receiver, he takes pressure off the outside guys, Toon and Moore and Burkett. And he has done an excellent job today with those 4 catches and 1 touchdown.
Such a likable young man. 15-3 and first down. A reverse. Carpenter throws a pass. And throws it into the sidelines, and no flag thrown. Carpenter, who was a high school quarterback. As Kozlitz showing Don Shula, he's hardly through with all of his gimmick plays today.
You mentioned it. High school quarterback goes to Notre Dame. They change him to defense. He leaves. I'm out of here. I don't want to play defense. Goes to Syracuse. Was a teammate of Rob Moore, and they think this kid is an undiscovered talent. They haven't begun to find out what this guy can do.
Part of the youth movement here. He's just 24. Second and 10. Baxter flagged down as he gets to the 47-yard line on the Burrow, and Cox and Sander make the tackle. And another call against Miami, apparently. Shula's gone from angry to disbelief.
Illegal hands to the face. 51 defense. First down.
Brian Cox, the linebacker.
There is the top of the screen on Boyer. 51 on 80. Yeah, he puts his hand up in the face mask, and that's a good call. There's no argument with that whatsoever, but it is a 10-yard penalty. Drive saves the lives and a first down.
First down at the 49 of Miami. McNeil out of there, and O'Brien hit by Cox, and he has his 9th sack of the season as Brian Cox makes amends for that penalty on the previous play. He trailed Clyde Simmons, the Eagles' great pass rusher. 9.5 sacks led the NFL, and Cox with 8 coming in. This is number 9.
Top of the screen, that both outside guys blitz. Griggs 92 and Cox 51. He beats Criswell 69 around the corner. I'm kind of surprised the Jets are throwing the ball there in that 1st and 10 situation.
Leading 23-0 with just under 9 minutes left in the 3rd. Cox having a full pro season. O'Brien deep down the middle. Little too long for the stretch of Rob Moore. But the way the Jets have been playing, they're making those catches today.
I was going to say that's a big stretch too. Moore is close to 6'4". The ball is thrown low. Brown 37 right behind him. Almost makes the catch. The ground bounces it out of his hand. Yeah, you're right. To this point, that ball has bounced back in their hands, not out of their hands.
Well, Burkett made a catch almost of that magnitude, and Mitchell made a one-hander earlier. 6 DBs go in for Miami on 3rd and about 14. Wow. What a report card for him. The veteran from UC Davis back on 3rd and long. Hits Terrence Mathis, but it'll be shy of the first down at about the 40 by 1.5 yards, and the crowd wants him to go. Earlier in the game in this situation, Kozlitz did not. And boy, is that a smart move. It'd be so easy to be ahead 23-0 and hear the crowd and go for it and make a mistake and all of a sudden give the other team momentum.
The other thing is, too, in college, you go for this. But you got to play Miami again. And they don't forget things like that. So he's going to punt it. He's telling Aguiar, get it to the corner.
Remember, Aguiar nailed the 1-yard line in the first half. Not this time.
Look at this.
Oh! Dennis Price was the man downfield, and Aguiar, with a headache, he thought he had another shot at one deep inside the 5.
In our form of racing, it takes about 5,000 horsepower to go from a dead stop to 285 miles an hour in less than 5 seconds.
The west side of the Hudson. 23-0. The Jets piling up the points in the first half. One of the game's biggest plays, the safety, and that was the 9-point play that really sent the Jets off and running in the first half. Now Marino from the 20. Mark Duper, a 17-yard throw. Mike Brim, the tackler. No fumble, or was it no catch, as they may have wrestled it away. They're going to say no catch. That won't please Shula. Went right down between his legs, apparently.
Ball thrown low by Marino to avoid the coverage. Oh, wait a minute. That was a catch down by contact. Miami should have the ball there.
That was right in front of the Miami coach.
That's 1 foot. Both feet are down. I'm not
like
sure.
A catch.
In slow motion, things look a little different in this game, don't they?
Now from the disbelief to that sarcastic smile. It's just nothing going right. Five-yard scramble for Marino. Couldn't find a man open.
Again, Dick, just a 4-man rush by the New York Jets. And Pete Carroll very happy with the performance. And you saw Don Shula. Why can't we protect our quarterback? That's Bird around Dellenbach. And I mean around him in a hurry, flushes him out of the pocket. That's about the 3rd time we've seen a 4-man rush flushed Dan Marino out of the pocket. Highly unusual.
Bird, who played defensive tackle, that eagle tackle position last year and got 7 sacks. So they moved him outside, suffered the shoulder separation against the Rams, returning today. 3rd and 5. Oh, Bird almost got him, and Bird hurt himself in the play. Wide open is Martin, and he doesn't get it. What a comeback by Eric McMillan. He was beaten by 10 yards. The pass was short. McMillan was able to get back and knock it away. Bird pressuring Marino.
Outside, again on Dellenbach. He flushes him from the pocket. Where does he hurt his knee? I think he gets kicked in the calf. I don't think it's his knee, but look at the recovery by Eric McMillan. Goodness. I'm telling you, if you didn't know better, you'd say the Jets are playing against their own team here, because the bounces are going their way. Everybody's making a play in green.
Carpenter cheats up because Prokop has not hit many deep, and he's in the right spot at the 35. Still going, and a hearty 5-yard return of a 39-yard punt. And the Jets have the ball again, to the dismay of Marino and Shula, and a 23-0 lead. Back to Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 76,000 sold out, and when you check the crowd now, where you thought you might see a lot of empty seats, it looks pretty well full, and they have had a lot to celebrate today. In a disappointing year where so much was expected, you see other scorers, and Chris Hale, a safety for Buffalo, as they tackled the New England punter, and Buffalo leads 9-7. 5 yards on first down for Brad Baxter.
That was a 3 tight end offense. 6:15 to go in the game. Boy, you can certainly get your offensive line pumped up. See Duffy, Criswell 69 with a nice block. Sweeney with a nice block. This is not a bad defensive front that the New York Jets are shoving around. They're shoving a pretty good rushing defense.
Dwight Hollier was in briefly for John Grimsley in the first half. He leaves the field injured, and Miami's injury total has also been part of the aggravation of this day. 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3, but first to Bob Costas.
All right, Dick, heavily favored at home. Buffalo trailed 7-0 at the half, got even when Kelly rolled right, hit Pete Metzelaars for the 3-yard TD early in the 3rd. Then moments later, Sean McCarthy, the punter for New England, had to fall on a bad snap in the end zone. Buffalo gets the safety and now leads 9-7.
All right, Robert. Here, the Dolphins 0 for 7 on 3rd downs. The Jets 6 of 11. Another statistic that tells the story of the New York dominance. And here we have 3rd down and 3. Cox has his 2nd sack today, his 10th of the year, and a flag down.
Well, we've seen great pressure by Bird holding against the Jets. Bird from the Jets around the tackle. This is the same case with Brian Cox, a young man from East St. Louis.
Oh, Shula said, you know, he's so coachable, a joy, even in the meetings. His eyes are big, listening to everything I say. Anyone who's ever taught at any level knows how important that is to the person in front of the room, to have students who are focused and listening and concerned. Cox is one of those, a good student.
Stunt run, and Freeman McNeil executes the old lookout block. You missed him, turn around at the quarterback. Look out!
He never did that, did you?
Yeah, several times.
Aguiar, as they decline the penalty. Another low snap. And again, he does a good job of fielding it and of delivering a solid punt to Scott Miller. But the coverage excellent. Dennis Price with a tackle at the 25-yard line. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third. Bodies flying around him. Doing another great job of fielding a snap from Paul Fraze.
Yeah, Paul Fraze has played an outstanding game defensively. You can certainly excuse his effort on the punt snap because he's rushed the passer very well. But Aguiar has played shortstop all day with it and come up clean on every one of them.
Marino still trying to get the sputtering Dolphin offense going. Gives to Bobby Humphrey. And the former Bronco run out of bounds by Mo Lewis. No gain. Well, I'll give him a yard.
I think the most shocking thing about this turn of events here today is the Miami Dolphin offense and defensive line have had little or no effect on the New York Jets. Offensively, they have not pushed anybody off the field. Defensively, they have not stood their ground at all. There's John Sandusky, the offensive line coach. He's seen a lot of them. But this has got to be one of the poorest performances the Jets have had in years, Dick.
No first downs in the third quarter. 3 total in the game for Miami. Duper gets a first down there at the 40-yard line. Mike Brim on the corner covering for the Jets.
Duper's got a smile on his face. What's there to laugh about here?
Brim maybe made a comment. Dan Marino. He asked Jim Sweeney, who was his teammate at Pittsburgh, give us our Marino now. What's he like? He said he's a true Pittsburgh guy. And we asked what that meant, and Sweeney said, well, his folks still live in the same house where he was raised. That does tell you a lot in one short sentence.
You're absolutely correct. Also said he loves his family. That's another characteristic of those Pennsylvania people.
Humphrey, kind of a stutter, stop, let people go by, and picks up a gain of almost 5. Clifton finally brings him to the carpet.
Dick, I do think as you look at the rushing numbers there for Miami, we're seeing a mild experiment here by Don Shula, trying to expose Bobby Humphrey to more of the offense, see if they can get him a little more involved in a running game later on this season.
Well, Humphrey at Denver was one of only 10 players in history. As this one goes to Tony Martin into Jets territory, and this is a rare visit for Miami, a 12-yard pickup and a first down at about the 43-yard line. Back to Humphrey. Well, we'll get to him in a moment.
They're going back to their basic game plan here, Dick. Right back to the first page of the game plan today against the Jets. Gary Stevens on the sideline said, let's start. Don Shula saying, let's start over, as if the game just began. What were you going to say about Humphrey?
Well, Humphrey, the fact that he's using him more as a runner. Of course, at Denver, 2 1,000-yard rushing years as a rookie and second-year player. Only 10 men have ever done that. So it's not as if Humphrey can't run the ball. He gets another call. And he's a slasher and has nearly 10 on that play.
Well, he got busted, too. He got hit right in the back of the helmet.
Young guy who sold programs and soft drinks at Legion Field near his home in Birmingham, Alabama, in order to get a chance to see Auburn and the Tide play. He gets another carry. He's getting about 10 yards a shot here, and it's a first down inside the 25 on the most impressive drive of the day for the Dolphins. 2:11 left in the third quarter.
I think they're almost treating this little section here as training camp.
No huddle. Trying to get something in a hurry. Humphrey. A little weary, but gets another 4.
And that's the thing you got to like about Don Shula. We're not going to win this game. We're going to find out something about this football team.
I don't believe Shula would ever say that. We're not going to win this game, even though he's down 23 and late in the third.
Well, you're probably right.
He bites you quick if you said that in front of him. Brim knocks it away from Duper. Mike Brim, the former Viking, a Plan B pickup by the Jets a year ago, and he leads them in interceptions this year with 4.
We've seen this happen several times. Jet defensive backs, the last split second knocking the ball away. Let me rephrase my statement. Don Shula, whether he thinks they're going to win the game or not, saying we're going to find something positive out of this football game. Let's find out what Humphrey can do in the backfield.
That he would say. Mark Higgs is in there now, giving Humphrey a blow. 3rd down and 6. Wide open as Mark Clayton, he's been quiet today, steps out at the 10, 1st down, his first reception.
Dick, again, the Jets had with 7 defensive backs. They were faking the blitz. It was well read and picked up by the Dolphins. And you can tell that Clayton's the hot receiver.
From the 10-yard line, Higgs gets 5. Last time that Miami was shut out was 63 games ago when Buffalo beat them 27-0.
One of the Dolphins slow getting up. Trainer comes out, looked like Webb.
It is the big guy from Texas A&M.
Oh, he's already had knee problems last year. That really hurt Miami's chances in '91.
Timeout with 1:13 left in the third.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here with Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. They look great right out of the dryer with no ironing, but Hager's asked me to put them to the ultimate test. I'll wear these pants through high-pressure jets, brushes, and dryers at 3 miles per hour. Ready? Oh, we're out of time. I guess Hager will have to pay me for another commercial. Maybe not. Oh. Oh.
New Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
They're still not wrinkled.
Ross Perot on voting your conscience.
If you want to rebuild the job base, let your vote say so. If you want a government that comes from the people instead of at the people, let your vote say so. If you want to reduce our $4 trillion national debt, let your vote say so. Look at the issues, look at the facts, look at all 3 candidates, and then vote your conscience.
Ross Perot for president.
When your sinuses are closing in on you, what you need is a sinus spray like Sinex. Only Sinex adds Vicks Vapors to its decongestant, so at last you can feel your sinuses open up. For sinus, think Sinex.
Here's how the mind reacts to 2 pizzas for $5.99. Shock, disbelief, denial, and finally, acceptance. Now at Little Caesars, 2 pizzas for $5.99.
Doozy.
Next Saturday, the surprising Boston College Eagles soar into South Bend to face the high-powered offense of the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame football is home on NBC.
Number 78, Richmond Webb, the Pro Bowl tackle of Miami, and he gets stepped on or kicked in the shin. Does not appear to be serious. It certainly didn't feel good. A longest drive of the day, 70 yards from Miami. 2nd and 5. Humphrey back in the backfield. Marino. Jackson, touchdown. Nearly intercepted by Mo Lewis, and Jackson got the rebound. Miami finally scores.
Last night we were talking to Don Shula, and he said we got a tight end with wide receiver kind of skills, but I said, you know, he reminds me of a guy like in the NBA, and he said Charles Barkley gets position for the rebound, showed extreme hands there. He caught that ball twice. The second time it went for 6.
5-yard touchdown wrestle for Keith Jackson, his 4th touchdown reception as a Dolphin. Stojanovic makes it 23-7. And that safety so very important in this game because even 2 more touchdowns won't do it for Miami. But they get a little momentum now with 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
This is a drag pattern run by Jackson. He catches it once there and the second time there and takes it in. Great concentration. Mo Lewis, 57, almost makes the pick off, which would have been a 99-yard interception. But you can see the athletic ability of Keith Jackson. Stays right with it. Excellent concentration on the football. Well, just a drag pattern. They run the outside guy on a little slant.
Lewis couldn't have played it much better.
No, he couldn't have. I guess he's not used to catching the ball from Dan Marino. It does come in there with a little juice on it.
And that was a Barkley rebound touchdown for Keith Jackson. One of his 4 today, 4 receptions. So 23-7.
Now you've got lots of thinking going on. Miami Dolphins on the sideline. Don Shula's in there with the special teams coach, Mike Westhoff, and telling them, we're going to try an onside kick here. This is what we want to do. I mean, minds are whirring here, figuring out a way for Miami to get back in this football game.
Well, at least make the Jets feel that you might onside kick it and then kick it long and try to catch them pinned deep. Eric McMillan and Terrence Mathis are deep for the Jets.
I'm still of the opinion, though, if the Jets don't just throw the ball away, make some major mistake in judgment by just tossing it up. If Miami doesn't get a turnover, very difficult for them to come back.
They need at least 3 possessions.
And a score in each one of those?
Both score. Dan Marino, the number 3 touchdown maker in the history of the league at a young age. Stoyanovich kicks a sidewinder. Ooh, did that take an ugly bounce? McMillan finally up with it. And down he goes at the 11. For Miami fans, a start. Parmalee made the tackle. Next Saturday afternoon on NBC, more great Notre Dame football action. Boston College, they've got a runner with the Eagles, Chucky Dukes, who's rushed for over 1,000 yards. That's been a well-kept secret. That's a good team. They haven't lost yet. 45-6 over Temple. And how about Reggie Brooks? Over 200 yards yesterday here against Navy. That's next Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern time. 2 teams battling for top 10 status, BC and Notre Dame. 43 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ken O'Brien starts from the 12. Baxter. All the way to the 40-yard line. Vesti Jackson playing for Troy Vincent finally takes him out of bounds, and a flag goes down.
Blair Thomas on the sideline has seen no duty today because of the pulled groin muscle, Johnny Greer says, or indicates.
The Dolphin sidelines pointing that the penalty's against the Jets. It was thrown at the end of the play.
There is no infraction on the play.
No infraction. 28-yard run for Baxter.
And when Baxter broke through the line of scrimmage, it comes to the right. Wisenhunt, 86, a nice block. Good seam there. But watch at the top of the screen. Rob Moore, good job of just getting in the way of the defensive back. Ends up being a 28-yard pickup. Vesti Jackson gets a little finger on the face mask. Oh, that should have been another 10 yards on top of that gain. That should have been a 38-yard gain.
Baxter's longest run of the year was 16 prior to that 28-yard gallop. He gets his number called again and a flag down thrown by the umpire, and you can pretty well guess what that's for.
Yep, he's looking inside all the way, holding Jets. They try to run the counter, and someone gets caught.
Bruce Coslett, he shows his sense of humor by the fact that he can really talk to you knowing he played behind you for 7 years. You're still friends.
69, offense is declined.
He had quite a week, and a week ago they went to a very formal affair black tie affair. In fact, he said it's the first time he's worn a tuxedo since he was married, and his wife had the opportunity to meet Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis and said that she's still a bubble over there.
They were sitting at a table, and Frank Ramos, their PR director, came over and said, Bruce, Jackie Onassis wants to meet you. And Bruce said, yeah, right, Frank. But she did, they did, and now they're not close, but they're corresponding.
You can drive hard with your conscience intact.
See your Saab dealer now for a special introductory offer on the 9000 CSE and CS.
Hey, Manhattan, you asked for home entertainment at incredibly low prices, and we heard you.
Don't miss the grand opening of the newest Nobody Beats the Wiz Superstore at 212 East 57th Street off 3rd Avenue in Manhattan. All stores celebrate with a grand opening sale on the top name brands in home entertainment, computers, cameras, music, movies, and a whole lot more. Don't miss the grand opening of Nobody Beats the Wiz on East 57th Street in Manhattan.
Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Today's football coverage is locally brought to you by Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Welcome back to the Meadowlands. We go to the fourth quarter, and Keith Jackson, you pay the Stars big dollars for a lot of reasons. His talent is one.
And his commitment to winning is the other one. He is not a quitter, wants to keep his football team in the game.
Jets on 2nd and 11. Add Chafee into the ball game. And O'Brien going long, too long, intercepted. Vesty Jackson. There's the break. And Jackson to the 38-yard line, and a few Miami fans have a chance to cheer.
Wait a minute. I think the officials downfield are saying that ball hit the ground. One of the officials walked out, Dick, and slapped the ground, the AstroTurf, and saying, I don't think they're going to give him this interception.
Oh, well, you hear a roar from the Jets fans if that's the case.
Oh, now we got a change of mind here.
Maybe a penalty. I don't see a flag.
Again, that was that wide corner to Johnny Mitchell. Went to the well once too often.
Coslett appealing that the ball was trapped.
Yes.
And you'll really see Shula snarl if he doesn't get this turnover.
Jets will take the penalty. Just give us the ball back.
Looking for the instant replay.
Room, an interception. First down, Miami.
Dick, I'm telling you, one of the officials motioned, went out and hit the turf and said that ball hit the turf. See if we can see the end of it. Oh, it did. The ball hit the turf. The ball hit the turf. It comes out of his arm. Oh, they'd be looking at that one for a couple, 3 minutes last year.
Well, he's cradling it. It certainly was awkward at best. Seconds after the interception by Jackson, Coslett sees Duper catch a 39-yard strike from Marino. And it's now 23-13 as Stoyanovich sets up.
Oh, Dick, the last thing I wanted to do is give momentum to Miami. An excellent move by Duper on Brim. 43. Duper, just a superb catch on a brilliant throw by Marino.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Cold Filtered Keystone, Keystone Light and Keystone Dry. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great? By Levi's new loose-fitting jeans. By Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars. And by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
The 1-6 New York Jets have played a terrific 3 quarters against Miami. But now, with almost a full quarter left, the Jets lead whittled to 9. Now the test of Bruce Coslett's young team is, can they maintain composure and their excellence of the first half with Miami rallying. Stoyanovich to Eric McMillan at the 6. Roosevelt Collins spearheading that special teams tackle.
Dick, again, back to the touchdown. The brilliance of Dan Marino. He not only throws it on target, but the one spot where Brim can't get to it. Brim had excellent coverage, and this is the play that created the opportunity. The interception by Bestie Jackson. I can tell you at the end of that play, when he got up and ran away, one of the officials said, ball on the ground. He's lobbying with Johnny Greer, shows a great deal of anger.
That was while we were away for commercial. So Ken O'Brien, starting from his 17, gives to Freeman McNeil, and you can just feel the intensity building on the Miami side. I mean, they're just playing a different game now.
Dick, it's not intensity, it's life. I mean, they've played with little or no life whatsoever to this point. Now, suddenly, Miami feels that there's just a small crack in that door.
There's a chance now, as the Jets and Ken O'Brien, certainly his role changing because of the big lead, and that reflected in the statistics in part. Staying on the ground, only 4 passes thrown here, and one of those intercepted. Play action. O'Brien gets a great block, and Freeman McNeil with a catch near a first down. What a block. Somebody really saved O'Brien.
Well, there was good pressure on him. Not known as a scrambling quarterback, but does an excellent, great play action fakes. Does a good job on the defense. They're open. Brian Cox almost gets to him. I could not pick up the number of the guy who made the block. Let's see if we can pick it up. Excellent play action fake. Criswell, 69. Criswell. And a huge catch by Freeman McNeil.
First down for the Jets. Clock running. Approaching 13 minutes to go. Jets 23. Dolphins 14. McNeil. Boom! As he leveled T.J. Turner, and Brian Cox collaborated on that stuff. And Cox, who was very quiet the first half, is all over the field this second half.
Along the line of scrimmage, excellent movement. Freeman McNeil he had to make an adjustment. Good job by the nose tackle, and he made Freeman McNeil jump back around Cox there to make the tackle for little or no gain.
From East St. Louis, Missouri, same high school as Kellen Winslow, the great star with the Chargers. On 2nd and 9. Underneath to Burkett, drilled as he makes the reception by Mark Sander, first-year player from Louisville.
And he's replacing John Offerdahl. If you turned in late, John Offerdahl could not play the entire game with the pulled stomach muscle. Right now, Jets thinking first downs. They don't have to get a bunch, just first downs.
Consume the time. Now 12 minutes to go. 3rd and 3.
Miami now with 4, 6, 2, 7 defensive back, Dick.
O'Brien. First down. Al Toon. J.B. Brown made the tackle at the 42.
That was a 2-man zone deep, man under. J.B. Brown all over Al Toon. Not much of a pattern. All he's got to do is get 7 yards down the field for the first down. Very veteran move by Al Toon. Nothing fancy. Just catch it at the first down marker.
An elegant, graceful receiver. And even his demeanor as you talk to him is consistent with that description. He almost let the defender tell him where you want me to go. All I need is a few.
Where's that first down marker?
And another minute ticks away. 11 minutes to go. On first down, McNeil. Typical McNeil run, not quite the speed of the burst of his younger years, but a solid 5 yards on first down before Sander can make the tackle.
The cutback. Constantly the cutback with Freeman McNeil. For his size, even in bad weather, always had great footing as a player. He plant both feet, cut left or right, pick up that first down.
Big fan of Western movies. Shane his favorite. Gary Cooper his favorite actor. Now the quiet, Cooper-esque veteran of the Jets. Another call. Trying to make a noise with the ball, but he runs into 3 Dolphins after a 1-yard gain. Jeff Cross spearheaded the charge.
He's in there for Chuck Klingbeil. Chuck Klingbeil's not been in there a while. He's the normal nose tackle. Cross does a great job of standing up the center. Jim Sweeney is right there to make the tackle.
Less than 10 minutes to go. 9:52, 9:51. Jets by 9 and a big 3rd down and 4.
Dick, did you see Ken O'Brien on that rollout? Watch him on the rollout. He realizes how important this is. It's almost like he's, be careful now, follow through, make sure of the completion, don't throw it at his feet, just enough to make the first down.
8th time O'Brien has converted on 3rd down today. And the clock runs under 9 minutes to go. This is a big drive for the Jets. Stealing some of the strength of the comeback of Miami. Baxter. Getting around that corner again. First down at the 36-yard line.
Big block, Rob Moore. Huge block by Rob Moore, the wide receiver. Boy, give it credit where credit is due. When Baxter bounces to the outside, you'll see on the left-hand side of the screen, Moore, you see there, he hit the safety. It allowed him to pick up the first down. Again, Rob Moore. These are big receivers for the Jets. He gets a hit on Hobley 29. Baxter takes care of Vesty Jackson himself.
Baxter, the leading rusher in the game with 82 yards. Is this drive now consuming time? That's more important than the yardage. Hold on. To Baxter. Miami drilling with the tackle, hoping to cause a fumble. Let's go to New York and Bob Costas.
Dick, in Pittsburgh, the Oilers dominated the 3rd quarter, but Pittsburgh roars back in the 4th. Great fake by Neil O'Donnell. Then he finds Eric Green for the 5-yard touchdown. After the conversion, Pittsburgh, which had trailed 20-7, reclaims the lead at home, 21-20. Dick.
Oh, that one living up to all the expectations. Yes. 2 great rivals in the Central Division battling for first place, and Pittsburgh now by 1. Here in the East, O'Brien and the Jets. 2nd down, 6. 7.5 minutes to go. The Jets by 9. Baxter running through a tackle of J.B. Brown, but Brown gets him on the carpet at the 30-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 4.
Dick, another part of being a veteran, Ken O'Brien has made beautiful use of the clock. That ball was snapped with 2 left on the 30-second clock.
So Miami getting 2 quick scores, one at the end of the 3rd, one on the quick turnover in the first minute of the 4th period, but now the Jets chewing up time. Another big 3rd down. Can he make 9 conversions in this game? That pass sailing Altoon. The receiver had to turn to the outside, and it appeared whatever wind there is kind of blew that one wide.
Threw it outside. I think Altoon was supposed to head outside. They're sending the field goal kicker in here. Young man. Not much experience.
But he's been good. Kerry Blanchard, who was picked up on waivers from New Orleans, and he's been perfect. 6'4'6". And this one would match his longest with Ken O'Brien, the holder. 47 yards away. Boy, he's got a leg. And he 7th. (26-14), an 8-minute, 9-second drive for Bruce Coslett. That'll make you young. Goal by Blanchard. He's been perfect, climaxing an 8-minute plus drive for the Jets. And now Don Shula's options taken away. He needs the ball twice, but a field goal and touchdown won't do it. He's got to score 2 touchdowns to win.
He's also almost got to be in a hurry-up situation here with 6:33 to go.
Each team has 3 timeouts left. Aguiar. Good kick. Parmalee. Doesn't even get to the 20. Nice coverage. Huey Richardson, acquired by the Jets off the waiver list. The Redskins took the #1 pick, former pick of the Steelers, and now he's in a Jets uniform as Marino comes on the field. Well, the big play of the game, no question, the sack of Marino by Marvin Washington that made it a 9-point play. They got the 2, and then the free kick by Miami, and the Jets took that down for a touchdown. And now Marino, who's been great coming from behind in his career, has 3 fourth-quarter comeback wins this season. Down the middle, wide open is Clayton. They knock it out of his hands, out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Jets now going with zone coverage for the most part in this game. They stayed man-to-man. That time Pete Carroll had a deep zone there, and Clayton finds the spot.
25-yard play. And the clock starts again. 6:14.
The Jets can't give up 25 yards a clip here because Miami's trying to score quickly.
Clock does not stop on the out-of-bounds pass until the final 5 minutes. So Marino has to hurry. Boy, Marino dangerously close to crossing the line of scrimmage as Clayton takes it to the 39-yard line. No flag. 17 yards to Clayton on that play. So 40 yards in a hurry, Marino to Clayton. 42 to be exact.
Keith Jackson was wide open on the wide corner, but when Marino was flushed, he had to go to the alternate receiver underneath.
Johnny Greer, the referee, winds the clock again. There it is, ticking away. 26-14 the Jets. They led 23-0 at the half. Deep down the middle to Martin, and he's well covered. Both McMillan and Brian Washington were on him. That will stop the clock. 5:17 to go.
And the Jets, Pete Carroll, the defensive coordinator, changed defenses there. He's now got 5 defensive backs in the ball game as opposed to the 7. He has a 4-man rush up front, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. A little more conventional defense. You can't give Dan Marino a prevent defense to throw against. He'll rip it to shreds.
Duper and Clayton, the Marks brothers, to the left. Jackson to the right, and way out to the right is Martin. Watch Keith Jackson here on 2nd and 10.
He's the wild card here.
Marino doesn't get a chance. You saw Pete Carroll put his fist to his forehead like he had a headache. He has just given Marino one with that call.
Mercereau makes the sack. That removes the headache.
And brings up 3rd and long. This crowd, a tumult here at the Meadowlands. Bird almost getting Marino.
Clayton wide open.
Oh, Clayton almost got the bounce off the top of the helmet of Brian Washington, who couldn't make the interception.
Martin
but the pressure on Marino, he just didn't have time to locate.
Again, the pocket collapses. Bird almost gets him. He couldn't really put juice on the ball. You could see how far past Hasty he was. Washington could not make the catch. The ball was wobbling all the way down there.
And Bird, had he had 2 healthy arms, would have had the sack. He couldn't wrap him up.
Absolutely correct.
4th down and 14.
7 DBs, Dick. Blitz.
Pete Carroll, the young defensive coordinator. He was in the running for the Minnesota Vikings job. Dennis Green getting the call up in the Great North. A couple of opportunities here late as Pete Carroll goes to work. He's older than he would look. I mean, he's got the manners and the exuberance and even the facial feeling of a man around 30 years old. He's 40 now, I believe. But very talented player. You'd like to play for Carroll. He's going to be a head coach in the league, no question. He reminds me of Belichick. Different personality, but the same kind of a defensive
You're absolutely
skill.
right. You're absolutely right.
Second and 5. Baxter gets 4 more.
You know, Dick, you were talking about Pete Carroll. He has an interesting way of concentrating, thinking about the upcoming opponent. He bounces a basketball incessantly in his office, drives everybody at Hofstra nuts, but he won't stop bouncing it. That's the way he thinks, yes. Some use classical music. He uses a basketball.
Came into our meeting yesterday wearing a picture of Don Shula on his shirt. I'm concentrating on the game tomorrow.
Yes. He's a dandy.
3rd and 1, and the Dolphins need a dandy play here defensively if they're to entertain any hope. It figures to go to Baxter. Line against line. And Baxter has a 1st down and more. That should put him close to the 100-yard mark for the day. 1:04. Don Shula remembered well the final game as you see Jarvis Williams down and the increasing number of injuries to starters for Miami. This may, for Shula, play a part in the rest of the year. This takes us to the halfway mark, the 8th game. Shula's 2-game lead at one time atop the AFC East, with Buffalo winning, may now be whittled down to a tie with the defending champion Bills. Miami 6-1. Should they lose, it'd be 6-2. Buffalo, his winning would be 6-2. They meet in a couple of weeks down at Joe Robbie. And suddenly the Indianapolis Colts are a part of the whole Eastern picture.
And Miami plays Indianapolis next weekend. Beat them last weekend, play them next weekend. Talking to Don Shula last night in his hotel room, he seemed confident. He didn't seem to have any real worries, did he? I think this is hitting.
He wasn't overconfident. We don't want to mislead anyone. He wasn't overconfident. He said, hey, after watching Buffalo's Bills barely beat the Jets on Monday night, I know we're in for a scrap.
Yeah. But, he seemed relaxed, thought that they had a good game plan, wasn't worried about it.
Meanwhile, Buffalo now has beaten New England, so the Bills, in just a 3-week period of time, actually 2 weeks, have made up apparently 2 games.
Yeah. But, the outcome of this game, you know what's going to happen here in New York, right? Who starts at quarterback for the New York Jets? Just what Bruce Coslett wants to deal with after certainly his team's best performance of 1992.
Well, this young fella, Brian Browning-Nagel, is I think he's a good team player. They both want to start. I think they like each other enough and they like winning enough that that'll all sort out okay. Baxter nowhere on that play. With 3:02 left.
He dropped that football. That ball got away from him.
And he got it back. It took 10 seconds after the tackle, and now Miami calls a timeout. 2:53 to go.
cut a non-alcoholic brew tastes so much like beer, it'll fool them out. For the taste of beer, let the cutter flow. Your body knows the difference, but the mind don't know.
Out of the playoffs. That's Pat Chafee getting a rare carry, and he's to the 29-yard line, 3 yards shy of a first down. Louis Oliver made the stop.
Dick, last year in the 2 wins, the Jets over Miami, the Jets had 431 yards rushing. They have run the ball very well again today.
Miami uses its final timeout.
9-yard gain.
69,313 of the loyal here to watch the Jets today. And we remind you, next week, here's our lineup in a doubleheader, and there's interest in every one of these games. A terrific lineup. The Raiders in Philadelphia will be at the Vet. Miami goes to Indianapolis. See how the Colts will fare. They go later, San Diego today. Cleveland, Houston. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, a late game, and the Jets go out to Mile High Stadium against the Broncos. So be with us, 12:30 NFL Live kicks off the action.
Dick, if Jets pick up the first down here, game over. Miami's now out of timeouts.
Meanwhile, the secret weapon is in there for the New York Jets, number 70. Soupy, they call him. Mala Mala, a 313-pound rookie who is going to play tight end. You think that Eric Green is big. It's a Tongan.
Yes, and he wanted to make sure, don't confuse me with the Samoans. I'm Tongan. Okay, fine, Soupy, no problem. Jets take a timeout. You're Tongan. Pal, you are Tongan.
Uapele Mala Mala. Their 3rd-round pick, University of Washington. He moved from Tonga to the Hawaiian Islands at age 14. He told me the name of the king.
Go ahead, try it.
Well, it has so many vowels in it that it would take from now to the end of the timeout. But he is the 4th of the
whatever they are.
Well, whatever his name is, however you pronounce his name.
The problem with the Samoans and the Tongans, whatever vowel is there, it has to be in the pronunciation. They don't group them together.
One thing, we won't get in trouble with his people in Tonga. He says we don't have television yet. And he's an eligible receiver. He's going to be the tackle of the future for the Jets. I mean, they just think he has terrific skills and will be one of the offensive tackles, but playing as a 3rd tight end in this short yardage. That's it. First down, and the Jets, did he fumble? The Miami digging at the ball, and we see no signal from the officials. And Chafee comes up with it. First down, Jets, and the clock cannot be stopped by Miami now. The Hager super play of the game coming up in a moment. And that one will go to a defender. Usually you play the offense. Marv Washington, 97. Marino deep in his own end early in the game. 7-0 Jets, and Washington comes in to record the safety that leads to a touchdown as well, and that was really the difference in this game today.
You saw the double safety blitz. Washington coming from the outside untouched. It's worked several times today. That was in the first quarter.
Jets just let the clock run down to 0 and take a 5-minute delay with 2:02 showing.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Why is the clock at 2:02? They took the delay. I understand.
They let it run down.
Yeah. You can't take the 2-minute warning at anything 2 minutes over. It's got to be 2 minutes or less.
A key also to this game, not to rattle everyone with statistics, but when you make 10 third-down conversions in a game, that is extraordinary. And the Jets have accomplished just that. In comparison, Miami made one of 9 for Marino, 10 of 17 for O'Brien.
And historically, the Miami Dolphins, ever since they got Tony Nathan in the backfield, have been brilliant at third-down conversions. That stat is maybe the biggest stat of the day, Dick.
They put 2 more seconds on the clock to run it to 2:04, and now they kneel down to the 2-minute warning. The Jets about to win their 2nd game of the year. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. The coordinating producer of NBC's football, producer of today's game, John Faratzis. Today's game directed by Andy Rosenberg. Associate director Al Sismansky. Production associate Ed Bibashaw. Production manager Tim DeKime. Technical manager Bill Perinello. Technical director Mitch Geller. Our thanks in the booth to Frank Sirkowski and Mike Alber for their help. Slingshot Schneiderman and Joe Costanza. A game that was all New York, and then suddenly a Miami lightning strike. 2 quick scores that made the fourth period interesting. But the Jets on maybe I should bite my lips saying this, a New York Giant type drive.
Very true.
On the ground, third down conversion after the Miami touchdown that drew them to 23-14 with 14 minutes to go. And then that 8-minute drive to the field goal. As you look at the men and women that use those cameras and their artistic skills, bringing you the sights and the sounds of this game. Bruce Coslett, you were telling me that in many ways he feels lucky to be with us.
Absolutely. A lot of people question Bruce's feeling about this 1-6 start, now 2-6 start for the New York Jets. This is a guy who about 6 years ago, his perspective on life changed. While on the staff of the Cincinnati Bengals under Forrest Gregg, he had a grade 2 melanoma removed from his back. Forrest Gregg also suffered from black mold cancer. If they had not caught it at the point that they did, Bruce said, I wouldn't have been here today.
And it was because of the head coach, Forrest Gregg, demanding that every coach have a full skin examination, a cancer examination.
It's not something he wants to talk about, but he said, look, football is not life and death. I've already faced that. This is fun. We got a great future ahead of us. I think I have a right perspective, a good coaching staff, and we're heading in the right direction. A lot of people in New York wonder why his candor shows and he doesn't really get down on his football team. He's already faced life and death. This is not life and death.
And he does have a wonderful personality in dealing with all the difficulties in running a team, an organization, all the complex personalities. And then you throw in all the wonderful people in the media, and how we make their lives so easy.
Yes, so easy.
The New York Jets should celebrate. This was a terrific win for them, and Miami's going to have to regroup now in a tie for the lead of the AFC East. Bruce Coslett's Warriors have just upset the Miami Dolphins 26-14. There are a few seconds left on the clock as the Jets run it out on 4th down, and the ball goes over to Miami, and Marino will get it at the 32-yard line. And Ken O'Brien, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. And the emergence of the man they couldn't wait to see in action full-time, Johnny Mitchell, the 21-year-old tight end, part of the youth and the hope of the Jets' future. They thought it would happen this year. Who knows now?
Yeah, he's got an N on that jacket. He keeps playing like this and may have to replace it with an S.
Now the Jets going to give anything under 30. So it's Higgs on a screen. And they just get about 5. Tackle made by Dennis Price. Marino not too eager to get off another play. He's saying, hey, let's go home. Let's back up. The Jets 2-6. Miami 6. 26-14 the final. The NFL Live Old Spice post-game report coming up. From Ken O'Brien now. You click on the first touchdown pass as a National Football League player. How did that feel, young man?
Well, it's a great feeling. You know, I thank Kenny. I thank the offensive line for giving him time to throw it out there, and I just did my job.
And Ken O'Brien, as your coach Bruce Coslett described Mitchell, he's sudden, meaning he's going to make an impact in this league in a hurry.
Well, I think so. You know, everyone's getting a taste of what he can do. Unfortunately, he's been hurt, but he's got tremendous ability. He gives us another dimension. He's like a wide receiver out there. And anytime you get the ball and you make 4 or 5 guys miss and get in the end zone, he knows what to do with it, and he's going to keep doing it for many years.
Ken, 26-14 win. And in this city, they love nothing more, well, other than wins, They love nothing more than a little quarterback controversy. And now, I mean, your performance today, in the campaigning season, you got to figure that you're a candidate to start again next week, even if Nagel's healthy.
Well, you know, I think you're trying to start it up here. But,
no, not me.
I'm just trying to do, get a little bit better. And Browning's going to be real good, and I'm going to help him. And I think they've already made a decision what way they want to go in regards to that. And any way I can help out, I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of young guys, and if I can give them a little stability and help Johnny come along, then he's going to get better and better, as well as the rest of the fellows.
That's a mature response. And for you, Johnny Mitchell, where will that first NFL touchdown pass, that football that you captured, where will that go?
Well, I'll probably give it to my grandfather, and
down in Mississippi.
Down in Mississippi, so that's what I'm gonna do with it.
Boy, that'll be the prized possession down in, what's the name of that little town?
Chula, Mississippi.
Chula, Mississippi. Congratulations, Johnny Mitchell and the grandpa. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you very much.
Now back to Bob Costas.
Dick Enberg, thanks a lot. Nice scene along the sideline. Jets starve for a victory, and they get it to go 2-6.